What is going on, fellow investors and traders? My name is Jeff, and this afternoon Aurora Cannabis posted their Q4 earnings report. And the title of this video, is it time to sell ACB after what was perceived as a disappointing earnings call? And let me give you a quick answer on the front end. No, absolutely not. It does look like we are going to get another opportunity to lower our cost basis, but I'm really going to get into the details, guys. This quarter was nowhere near as disappointing as perhaps the stock's reaction to the earnings report was. Okay, it does look like there was a pretty good amount of institutional sell-off, but all in all, I was actually very pleased and very happy with this earnings report. You know, I do feel the need, like I said, to touch back on a couple of things that happened back in early August and how really, guys, their revenue number just fell slightly short. So I am not selling any of my shares of Aurora Cannabis. I have no plans to sell. I'm keeping the long-term vision. I strongly encourage you all to do the same as well. Now, let me throw this out there. There probably is better ways to spend money in the interim or the short term. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Please do not have all of your funds and all of your money invested into MJ stocks. You know, make sure you're getting out. We just seen cloud software sell off massively this week. You know, the big high flying growth stocks and a lot of the interactive software and cloud-based businesses, guys, those stocks sold off massively this week, and there is a lot of opportunity to buy some really good stocks on the cheap. And there's even quite a few value plays that took a hit, and the indexes are marching back up, guys. We are nearing all-time highs again. So your mind might actually want to start switching into selling some of your stuff off and possibly anticipating another correction is probably right around the corner. So do me a favor, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all the support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Alright, so real quick before we get into the earnings report, guys, let's just summarize the stock action over the past week. Back on the 5th of September, Aurora was trading around $5.68. And as this chart would suggest, it actually started trading up into anticipation of earnings. I did see a lot of people on social media reaching out. Should I sell Aurora before the earnings call? And of course, a lot of the social reactions were kind of mixed. A lot of people were expecting this stock to jump on a big revenue number. A lot of people were selling and getting out of the stock and taking profits. Like I said, when you're a long-term investor, it really does not matter. As long as you have money on the sidelines to buy on a dip and cost average down. Of course, yes, we would all like to see the stock maybe jump back up to $7 or $8, but I'm not disappointed at all. I have funds to buy on this dip. Now, right before the call, guys, Aurora was trading up to $6.42, and then as you can see, dropped right around 60 cents, and it is down a little over 10% right now. And that was as the market was closing. I'm not really sure what kind of action we are going to see tomorrow, but I would not be surprised if ACB landed in the low fives by the end of this week. It might have another 10 or 12% to fall off of this stock. Like Aurora Cannabis was trading under $1 5 years ago. So I always try to encourage, make sure you're visualizing the future. Where will Aurora be in 5 years from now? And will $5.81 seem like a bargain? I certainly think so. And the revenue growth is certainly there with this company. Let's move on to the report. Let's touch on the summary Q4 adjusted EBITDA loss of $11.7 million. But guys, what we're really concerned about is that revenue number, okay? The analyst estimate of $98.94 million, that missed by $4.57 million. So this fell on investors' ears as very disappointing. So the reason we got this 10% drop, guys, and the reason I feel we might see even more of a sell-off tomorrow is that the revenues and margins were disappointing for the fiscal Q4. Now, I'm going to take a step away from the report for just a second. Let's go back to August 6th. I made a video about this, guys. Feel free to go back and watch it. The stock actually ran over 14% this day, but ACB came out with an expectation for fiscal quarter 4 of revenues of 100 to 107 million. That was up tremendously from 19.1 million a year ago. So you do have to keep that in mind. Okay, they came out mid-quarter and they upped their revenue expectations. And even with an expectation of 100 to 107 million, like I said, guys, they still reported $98.9 million. So they're right there. In my opinion, guys, maybe they overshot just a little bit, or perhaps they never really even should have released these preliminary quarter 4 sales, okay? Because they did come up a little short, probably got investors a little bit excited, but in my opinion, this is a very, very small miss, and this company is still growing very, very rapidly. That's the part I want to concentrate on, and that's why I preach the long-term vision. Take these opportunities while the stock is dropping to buy more shares on the cheap. What I suggest is owning an M1 finance portfolio. That way, every time Aurora drops 10 or 15%, you can simply keep just contributing to that position. And like I said, there was some good news. Revenues rose 52% sequentially, just to under $99 million. Now, gross margin on cannabis net revenue came in at 58%. So that was up 61% quarter over quarter. And then the EBITDA loss of 11.7 million. Guys, that was an improvement from last quarter's loss of 36.6 million. I really want to take a lot of pride, and I want you guys to focus on that. Look how much they improved their EBITDA loss, okay? Roughly $25 million they cleaned up on the balance sheet. So I think that is huge for Aurora, guys. They are becoming more efficient, and at any time that you're taking less loss or less EBITDA loss, you are definitely moving in the right direction. So a lot of really positive things in here. You know, it was just that slight revenue miss. That's what triggered this sell-off. Canadian consumer cannabis revenue rose 52%. Medical cannabis revenue rose 10%, and their revenue as a total was 20.1 million. And then lastly, guys, I just want to mention a couple of these highlights that CFO Glenn Ibott mentioned in the earnings call. It said that we continue to see strong growth in cannabis revenues in both medical and consumer categories. Our cultivation execution continues to drive production costs lower and improve gross margins. So that's really where we've seen that big improvement in EBITDA loss. We are working to extend our reach in the U.S. markets. Now, this is CEO Terry Booth, that their partnership with the UFC is a basis to explore CBD from hemp and hemp food products. We're also exploring additional opportunities in leveraging our strategic advisor. So I guess as a nod of good faith and the continuation of your own due diligence, I will just quickly point this out. If you have any doubts at all about the pace that Aurora is growing at, this was the quarter 3 results that were reported back in May. Just keep in mind, they reported $58.7 million of revenue, and they actually went up $40 million in this past quarter. So the expectations were very high, but they did increase revenue over $40 million. So the growth is definitely there, and the EBITDA loss is coming down. So Aurora is doing all of the right things to make this company more Wall Street friendly and to kind of fall between the lines of what stock analysts are looking for. It's just unfortunately the reaction to this earnings report wasn't necessarily positive, and I believe we're going to have a volatile day tomorrow. But I have absolutely no doubts about the long-term growth of Aurora Cannabis. I hate to sound like a broken record. Just make sure you're taking all of these opportunities to buy more shares and cost average down while keeping a very diverse portfolio. Do not stick all your money in marijuana stocks. But all in all, guys, I am very pleased with this earnings report. Aurora continues to move in the right direction. And honestly, guys, I'm pretty excited about cost averaging back down some more. So make sure to go down in the comment section, share your thoughts and opinions on this last quarter for Aurora. I'm sure some of you are mildly disappointed, but I know us long-term investors, we are going to continue to benefit. And in 5 years from now, guys, ACB will be trading at $20 or $25, and we will all look back at this time that we're happy that we hung in there and continue to buy ACB while it drops. So thank you as always for watching the video, guys, and have a good day.